Have you ever sat quietly and asked yourself a question most people avoid? Why is it that, no matter how hard people in your family work, they never seem to truly get ahead, not just survive, not just manage, not just get by, but actually rise to a level where money is no longer a problem, where decisions are not controlled by pressure, where the future is secure, and generations after benefit from it? Pause for a moment. Because this question is deeper than it looks. Most people answer it quickly. They say, it's because we didn't have opportunities. It's because things are hard. It's because life is unfair. But if you slow down and observe the world carefully, you'll notice something uncomfortable. There are people who start with less, who face more obstacles, who come from even more difficult environments, and somehow, they still build wealth. Not by accident, not by luck, but by design. So the question becomes, if it's not just opportunity, then what is it? The truth is far more subtle and far more powerful. Your family, your upbringing, your environment did not just influence your life. It programmed your financial identity, a way of thinking, a way of reacting, a way of deciding when it comes to money. Not through formal teaching, but through observation. You watched how money was handled. You saw what happened when there was not enough. You felt the tension, the urgency, the fear. You noticed what was praised and what was criticized. You learned what was considered safe and what was considered risky, and slowly, without even realizing it, you didn't just learn about money. You became someone shaped by it. Let me ask you something honestly. When you think about money today, is your thinking truly yours, or is it a continuation of everything you observed growing up? Because this is where most people get stuck. They believe they are making independent decisions, but in reality, they are operating from inherited patterns. Think about your own life. Why do you sometimes hesitate? Even when you see an opportunity that could change your future, why does risk feel uncomfortable? Even when staying the same is costing you more. Why does it feel safer to remain in familiar struggles than to step into unfamiliar growth? Why does hard work often lead to exhaustion, but not transformation? Because wealth is not just about what you do. It is about who you are being while you do it. And that identity was formed long before you became aware of it. This is why families repeat patterns, not because they lack effort, not because they lack intelligence, but because they operate from the same financial identity system. A system that says, work hard, be responsible, avoid risk, stay stable. And while these ideas are not wrong, they were designed for survival, not for wealth creation. So what happens? Each generation becomes a more refined version of the same financial position, working harder, trying more, sacrificing more, but never breaking through. Now here is the truth most people never hear. Wealth is not just earned, wealth is inherited through identity, not just through money passed down, but through thinking passed down. And this is where everything changes. Because most people believe, I just need to earn more, then I'll succeed. But the first millionaire understands something different. Identity precedes income. If your identity is not designed for wealth, more money will not fix your life. It will only amplify your patterns. You will earn more, but spend the same way. You will grow, but still feel limited. You will achieve, but not transform. So the real question is not, how do I make more money? The real question is, who do I need to become to handle wealth differently? Now let's go deeper. Imagine two people. Both earn the same income. One operates from inherited identity, avoids risk, seeks approval, spends under pressure, fears losing money. The other operates from a new identity, thinks long-term, makes intentional decisions, invests before spending, builds systems. After 10 years, the difference between them is not small. It is life-changing. One remains in the cycle. The other becomes the first. So again, it is not income, it is identity. And this is exactly what episode 1 will show you, not on the surface, but at the root. In episode 1, you will discover how inherited financial identity silently controls your decisions, why money struggles are rarely about money, and how to begin separating yourself from patterns that were never consciously yours. Because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. And once you understand it, You cannot go back to unconscious living. But there is something important you must do first. Start from episode 0. Because episode 0 is not optional. It is the foundation. It shows you the roadmap of this entire journey. It prepares your mind. It aligns your perspective. It helps you understand why this process must be followed step by step. If you skip it, you will hear the message, but you will not fully understand it. And if you are serious about becoming the first, then you cannot approach this casually. You must approach it structurally. And this is where the deeper work begins, because awareness alone is not enough. Seeing the pattern is powerful, but breaking it requires a system. That system is in the book, The First Millionaire in Your Family. This is not just something you read once, it is something you study. Something you apply, something you return to. Because inside that book, you will find the full architecture of identity transformation. The frameworks for rebuilding your financial thinking. The structures for creating wealth that does not disappear, but multiplies, and the roadmap for becoming the first. In a way that lasts beyond you. The videos will open your eyes, but the book will guide your actions. So don't just watch, engage, reflect, apply. Because this is not content. This is a process, a transformation, a responsibility. And now, let me leave you with something to think about. If nothing changes in how you think about money, where will you be in 5 years? In 10 years, will your life look different? Or will it simply be a continuation of everything you've already seen before you? And the most important question: if your family has never produced a millionaire, will you be the one who changes that? Or will you be another chapter in the same story? Final comment: driving questions. Answer this honestly in the comments. What is one financial pattern you see in your family that you are also repeating? When was the first time you realized hard work alone might not be enough? And if nothing changes, do you believe your financial future will be different from your past? This channel is not about motivation. It is about transformation. Every video you watch here is one step closer to becoming the first millionaire in your family. Not through luck, not through hype, but through discipline, structure, and long-term thinking. We are building thinkers. We are building investors. We are building legacy creators. And if you stay here long enough, apply what you learn, and study the blueprint inside the first millionaire in your family, you won't just change your income, you'll change your bloodline. So if this video shifted your thinking even a little, subscribe, because this is not just content. This is preparation. And 10 years from now, you'll either look back and say, I started when it was small, or I wish I did. Choose wisely. I'll see you in the next lesson.